season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. We are in our March Madness tournament using the greatest 68 World Series champions of all time, and we base those 68 on the winning percentage that they had during the regular season. Today we are back into the Ash bracket. We've named our brackets off the woods commonly used to make baseball bats, and our Ash bracket, we've already done the first game, which was the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1909, the number one overall seed in our tournament, as they got upset by the 1906 Chicago White Sox, a number 17 seed who beat the Pirates from 1960 and then beat the Pirates from 1909. But today's matchup is going to be between the number 8 and the number 9 seed in the Ash bracket. It will be the 1940 Cincinnati Reds, the number 8 seed, going against the number 9 seed, the 1938 New York Yankees. The 1938 New York Yankees won the American League pennant, advanced to the World Series, and swept the Chicago Cubs in 4 games. The Yankees were led by Red Ruffing. The pitcher had a 21-7 record throughout the 1938 campaign. They had 5 hitters who had over 20 home runs, including their best player, Joe DiMaggio, the 23-year-old in his 3rd season, had an incredible year. But the 38 Yankees are probably best known for Lou Gehrig's last full season wearing the pinstripes. The 1940 Cincinnati Reds won their first World Series in over 20 years. Many people thought that the Reds could not win a World Series fair and square since their last World Series came in 1919 in the midst of the Black Sox scandal. So with that tainted World Series, the Cincinnati Reds spent 20 years trying to get back to the World Series. In 1939, they were able to do it, but they got swept by the Yankees. They got back there in 1940, where they beat the Detroit Tigers in 7 games. So that's the Yankees from 1938 who are going to be visiting the Cincinnati Reds from 1940. So now let's check out the starting lineups for each team. For the New York Yankees from 1938, they're going to have Crosetti, the shortstop, leading off. Rolf will be the 3rd baseman, batting 2nd. Tommy Henrich, the right fielder, will be batting 3rd. Joe DiMaggio will be in center field. He'll be in the cleanup spot. Lou Gehrig, the 1st baseman, will be batting 5th. Bill Dickey, the catcher, will be batting 6th. George Selkirk, the left fielder, will be batting 7th. Joe Gordon, the 2nd baseman, will be batting 8th. And on the mound will be Red Ruffing. For the 1940 Cincinnati Reds, they're going to have Werber, the 3rd baseman, leading it off. McCormick, the left fielder, will be batting 2nd. Goodman, the right fielder, will be batting 3rd. Frank McCormick, no relation to Mike McCormick, the left fielder, will be in the cleanup spot, and he'll be playing first base. Ernie Lombardi, the catcher, is batting 5th. Fry, the 2nd baseman, batting 6th. Kraft, the center fielder, will be batting 7th. Juice, the shortstop, will be batting 8th. And on the mound will be Bucky Walters. So there's the starting lineups. Now let's go ahead and let's jump into the action between the 1938 New York Yankees, the number 9 seed, going against the number 8 seed, the 1940 Cincinnati Reds. And welcome to Great American Park here in Cincinnati. We got the Reds, Bucky Walters on the mound. He's going to be going against Crosetti, the shortstop, who had 263 back in 1938. Here's the first pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to Juice at short. Whoopsies! And he is going to make an error. So Crosetti gets on base with an error, and now Red Roof is up, and they are trying to get a lead. They cannot, and so he is going to hit by a pitch. So right off the bat, we have an injury. Red Wolf seems to be okay, so he is going to remain in the game. In case I haven't mentioned, I am managing the New York Yankees as I picked them to win this game. Tommy Henrich is now up. He had 22 home runs. The right fielder is going to hit a ground ball to Fry. Fry has to run to his left, so he's only able to get the easy out at first. So that's going to be 1 down. Rolf and Crosetti advance to 2nd and 3rd, and now Joe DiMaggio is up. He hit .324 with 32 home runs. Came in 6th in the MVP voting for 1938. Can he show up in this one? He's going to hit a fly ball to Kraft in center field. That one's pretty deep, so that's going to be far enough and deep enough to allow Cressetti to score on the sacrifice fly. So that's going to be a run. And now there's 2 down, and now Lou Gehrig is up. The 38-year-old gets a 6-9 on the pitcher's card. He needs a 1-2 for a triple. The rest is going to be a fly out. The 20 die roll is going to be a 13, so that will be a fly out into right field. And that's going to end the inning. But the Yankees jump up 1-0 in the first inning. We go in the bottom of the first. Red roughing for the Yankees is on the mound. Werber, the third baseman, up to bat. He is going to start off the game with a line drive that gets over the infield. That's going to be into center field, and that's going to be a single. So he's on first, and now McCormick's up. He is going to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul, so that's going to get the count to 1-2. And we're going to see what happens. Werber cannot get a lead. McCormick's going to be swinging away. He's going to hit a ground ball to Gordon. He's going to throw it to Cressetti, and Cressetti's going to throw it to Gehrig for a 4-6-3 double play. Goodman is now going to be up. The right fielder had 12 home runs, hit 258. He's going to pull this one into right field. This one's going, and gone, as that was a roll of a 5-2 on the pitcher's card, and that is a home run on Red Ruffing's card. So that is going to tie the game 1-1, and now Frank McCormick is up. The first baseman hit 309. He had 19 home runs. Led the team with home runs. He is going to draw a walk, and now Ernie Lombardi's up, and he's going to draw a walk. So back-to-back walks after the home run, and now Fry is up. Fry is going to draw another walk.
You're killing me, Smalls!
It's been a home run and 3 walks. So Ruffing has only actually gotten 1 batter to get out, and now Kraft, the center fielder, is up. He had 244. He had 6 home runs, and he is going to be strikeout. A huge strikeout with the bases loaded in the bottom of the first by Red Ruffing, who got himself into some danger. And we're going to go into the top of the second with the score knotted, 1 apiece. Now Bill Dickey, the catcher's up. He had 313 with 27 home runs. He's going to ground ball to Werber at third. That'll be 1 down. George Selkirk's up, and that's going to be a strikeout. So that's the first strikeout by Bucky Walters, and now Joe Gordon is up, and he's a 1-5 for a double. This one's going back to the warning track, but it's not going to be deep enough, as it's going to be a 20-die roll of a 7. So that's going to be a fly out the center, and that's going to end the inning 1-2-3 as we go into the bottom of the second. And now Juiced is up, the shortstop. He is going to rip a single, so another hit, and man on base for the Reds. And now the pitcher, Bucky Walters, is up. Juice cannot get a lead. I would imagine they're going to lay down a bunt. They do, and so Rolf comes in, throws it to first to Gordon, who was covering, and that is going to be an out as Juice advances on the sacrifice bunt. And now Werber's up. He had a single earlier in the game. He's going to hit a ground ball to Cressetti, who's going to keep Juice at second, take the out at first, and that's going to be 2 down. And now McCormick's up, and he's going to hit a high pop-up. Joe Gordon backs up a little bit and pulls that one in for the 3rd out as they leave a runner in scoring position. Red Ruffing seems to be struggling still, but was able to get out of that one, and now he's going to be up to bat to lead off the top of the 3rd. Bucky Walters on the mound. He is going to walk the opposing pitcher, Red Ruffing. So not a way to start off the inning, but we're happy with that. And so now we have up the top of the order as Cressetti, the shortstop's up. He had 9 home runs, and he's a 1-5 for a single. The rest is going to be a line out, and so it will be an 8. So Werber is going to pull that one in at third. That's going to be 1 down. And now Red Wolf is up, and he's a 1-5 for a home run. This one's going all the way back. It's going to be a 20-die roll of a 14. And so that is going to hit off the wall. We have a 55% chance to score with Henrich, DiMaggio, and Gehrig coming up the bat. We're going to send. We are on the road. We are supposed to not win this one as we are the lower seed. We're going to send the lead runner, our pitcher, Red Ruffing. He has a 1-11. He'll be safe. Anything else, he's going to be thrown out. We're sending the trailing runner.
He's out!
And it's going to be a 16.
Ooh.
So he is thrown out at home. And Rolf ends up on third. So his double does not score a run, but we do have Tommy Henrich coming up. And so see if we can get something out of it. It's going to be a 1-5 for a double. The rest is going to be a 15. That would have been a sacrifice fly. But unfortunately, we decided to risk it, and it failed. And so we are going to end up with no runs and a runner stranded on third as we go into the bottom of the third. Goodman leading it off. He had a home run, a solo shot back in the first. He had 12 home runs in the year. He's going to hit a ground ball to Gordon. That's going to be one down, and now Frank McCormick's up. McCormick needs a 1-3 for a triple. The rest is going to be a single, as that roll was a 5-7 on the pitcher's card. He rolled an 11 on the 20 die, so that's going to keep him at first with a single. And now Ernie Lombardi's up. He had a walk. He's going to hit a ground ball to Crissetti. Crissetti is going to be able to make the play. He's going to toss it to Gordon. He's going to toss it over to Gehrig for a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play.
Nice!
Defense had to make a play on that as we got the defense X roll, and it worked out for us. As Crissetti, with a range of 2, comes through for that one. Now we're going to be going into the top of the fourth. So after 3, the New York Yankees have 1 run on 1 hit with 0 errors. The Cincinnati Reds from 1940 have 1 run on 4 hits, and they have committed an error. Joe DiMaggio going to lead us off. The center fielder, 324 with 32 home runs, is going to hit a ball right back to Bucky Walters, who has to make a play, but it gets by him and it goes into the outfield. So that's going to be a single for Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio, we're going to try to see if he can get a lead. He only has a 6% chance of getting a lead. He does not get it. Almost gets picked off by Bucky Walters. Now Lou Gehrig is up. Gehrig hit 295 with 29 home runs at the age of 28, but unfortunately he's going to be strikeout. So 1 down, and now Bill Dickey is up. Bill Dickey's going to draw a walk. So we have runners on first and second, and now Selkirk, the left fielder, is up. He struck out back in the second inning. He is going to hit a ground ball to Fry. That is going to advance the runners, as Fry has to take the easy out at first. And so with runners on second and third, we got Joe Gordon coming up. He hit 255 with 25 home runs, and it's going to be a pitcher's card roll of a 6-8. We needed a 1-8 for a double, and it's going to be a 10. So that is going to end the inning as we leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position. And we go into the bottom of the fourth with Red Ruffing now going against the second baseman Fry, who hit 266 with 8 home runs. He's going to hit a ground ball to Gordon. That's going to be 1 down. And now Kraft is up, and that's going to be a strikeout. Second strikeout by Red Ruffing, and now Juiced is up, who singled in the first, and that's going to be a back-to-back strikeout to end the inning as we go into the top of the fifth. Red Ruffing, the pitcher, is going to be leading us off. He walked back in the third inning, and he's this time going to be strikeout. So Red Ruffing and Bucky Walters have 3 strikeouts back-to-back. And now Frank Crissetti's up, and he's going to hit a dribbler in front of home plate. Ernie Lombardi hops up, throws off his mask, picks it up, and throws out. Crissetti at first for the second out, and now Red Wolf is up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Juice, and that's going to be an easy ground ball to take, and that's going to be the third out at 1-2-3 inning as we go into the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth, Bucky Walters is the pitcher's going to be leading it off. Red Ruffing on the mound, and it's going to be a single, a 1-5 on the batter's card, so that'll be good enough for a single. Not a lot of hit opportunities, but that was one of them. So Bucky Walters on first, and now Werber, who's 1 for 2, is up the bat. He's going to hit a ground ball to Rolf at third. He's going to throw it to Gordon at second, over to Gehrig at first for a 5-4-3 double play. And so now McCormick is up. He needs a 1-7 for a double, and the 20-die roll is going to be a 1. So McCormick's going to end up on second with 2 down, and now Goodman is up. He's 1 for 2 with a home run back in the first. And so here's the pitch, and he is going to rip a single into right field. That is going to be a 1 with 2 stars, so that is going to score the run as the Reds take a 2-1 lead with a little 2-out rally here. And now McCormick's up. Goodman trying to get a lead. He does, so he's running.
Save!
He needs a 1-15. It's going to be a 14, so he's going to beat the throw by Bill Dickey. And now Frank McCormick's up. So it was a 1-3 for a triple. The rest is a single. It's going to be a 20-die roll of an 18. So it is a single, but it is good enough for the Reds to score another run. And now Ernie Lombardi's up. He's 0 for 1. And again, we get that 5-7 roll. 1-3 for a triple. The rest is a single. It's going to be a 9. So it's another hit. And so that's going to put runners on the corner. And now Fry is up. And Fry needs a 1-10 for a single. And it's going to be a roll of an 18. So that will be a line out the second. So that will end the inning with runners left on the corners. But the Reds jumped up 3-1 with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Bucky Walters with a little bit of a lead heading back to the mound. Tommy Henrich is up to bat as we got the heart of the order with Henrich, DiMaggio, and Gehrig coming up, followed by Bill Dickey. So we have 4 guys in a row with 20-plus home runs. Henrich up to bat, he's over 2. He's going to draw a walk. So he's going to be on base. Henrich trying to get a lead here. He cannot. He dives back on the pickoff throw. He is safe. So now Joe DiMaggio is up. He had a sacrifice fly to score our first run in the first and then singled in the 4th. So he's having a pretty good game. He's going to lift this one up into left center field. This one is going all the way back. This one, there is no doubt about it, as Joe DiMaggio with a 2-run home run in the top of the 6th to tie this one. Joe DiMaggio having a great game so far, as that's going to be his 3rd RBI, and he's 2 for 2, as he has been the reason for every one of the Yankees' runs so far. Lou Gehrig up to bat. He's 0 for 2 so far in this game. He is going to be able to get a single as 6-5 was the roll. So that's a single on the pitcher's card. So Gehrig is on first. And now Bill Dickey is up with no down. And he's going to hit a ground ball to McCormick, who's going to then throw it to shortstop back to McCormick for a 3-6-3 double play. But unfortunately, Bill Dickey got injured on this play, but the inning is not over as that is only the 2nd out. And now George Selkirk is up. He's 0 for 2, and he's going to hit a ground ball to McCormick. That's going to end the inning as we have tied this one up after Joe DiMaggio's 2-run home run. And now we need to find a replacement for Bill Dickey. Bottom of the 6th, Red Ruffing still on the mound. He has allowed 9 hits so far in 5 innings, so not having his best game. Kraft is going to be leading them off. We brought in Glenn as a catcher. Obviously, we lose a lot on the bat from Bill Dickey, but we also lose a lot when it comes to defense. He has a range of 3, air 4, but a +1 arm. So Kraft up to bat, and he's going to be strikeout. The 4th strikeout by Red Ruffing. And now Juice, the shortstop, is up. He needs a 1-11 for a single. It's going to be a 6. So that's going to be a single. And now the pitcher, Bucky Walters, is up. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd and singled in the 5th. But Juice is running as he gets a good lead. We're going to throw for him. Just see if we can get him out.
He's safe.
It's going to be a 4. 1-16. He was going to be safe, so he gets there safely. And now Bucky Walters, with 1 out, is going to swing away, and he's going to hit a fly ball to DiMaggio in center field. It is pretty deep, as DiMaggio has to drop pretty far. He gets there, but Juice was unsure whether he should tag up or not, so he ends up staying on second. And now Werber, the leadoff man, is up to bat, and he is going to rip a double into the gap. This one lands off the wall. DiMaggio picks it up, throws it in to Crissetti, the cutoff man. But that is going to score a run with 2 outs as Werber with a double to knock in a run. And now McCormick is up. Werber is stealing with Glenn having a +1 arm and Ruffing having a +2. So they have a little bit of an advantage. He has a 55% chance to be safe. So 1-11, he's safe.
He's out.
It's going to be a 15. So Glenn able to throw him out at 3rd. And so that's going to end the inning on the steal attempt. So we're going to go into the top of the 7th with the Yankees trailing 3-4 to the Cincinnati Reds. The Yankees have 3 runs on only 4 hits with 0 errors. The 1940 Cincinnati Reds lead this one with 4 runs on 11 hits, but they have committed an error. Top of the 7th, Waters still on the mound. Joe Gordon going to lead us off, our number 8 hitter. Here's the pitch, and he needs a 1-5 on the pitcher's card. It needs a 1-5 for a home run, and it's going to be a 10.
Disappointed!
Unlucky, as we do not get the 20-die roll, and now Red Ruffing is up. We're going to go ahead and let him hit. He has a pretty good card, but unfortunately, on the 2-9, he is going to be strikeout. So 2 down, and now Crissetti is up, and he's going to draw a 2-out walk, so he's on base. We're going to try to steal, see if we can get him to scoring position. We cannot, so now Red Wolf is up. He's 1 for 2. He has a double. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's going to draw a walk. So 2 runners on. with 2 down after back-to-back walk by Bucky Walters, and now Henrich is up, the right fielder. 22 home runs. He's 0 for 2 today. He did draw a walk his last at bat, and he needs a 1 to 10 for a single. It's going to be an 8. So he is going to get the single. We have a chance to send Cressetti home. It's a 70% chance, 1 to 14. We are going to send him. We are going to send the trailing runs. Here is the play at home. There's no cutoff.
Save!
And he is going to beat the throw. So he is safe, 1 to 14. He was safe. We rolled a 12. So that is going to be the tying run, as now we have Joe DiMaggio up. So 2 walks and a single with 2 down. Joe DiMaggio, 2 for 2. He has 3 RBIs. He had a home run in his last at bat. And they are going to intentionally walk him. Not a bad move, but unfortunately for them, and luckily for us, we now have Lou Gehrig coming up, the Hall of Famer. The 38-year-old first baseman with 29 home runs is going to draw a walk. So Bucky Walters walks in the lead run as he has fallen apart in the 7th inning, and we now have the lead. And now Glenn, our backup catcher who came in for Bill Dickey after his injury, is up to bat. And he has 1 to 5 on the pitcher's card for a home run. This one's going to go back, but it's not going to be far enough as it's an 18, so that'll be a fly out. But we take the lead in the 7th inning in this high-scoring game. So far, it's been back and forth, and we're going to go into the bottom of the 7th. Ruffing still on the mound. McCormick's going to be up. The left fielder, the number 2 hitter, hit 300 in 1940, and he's going to hit a line ball right at Red Wolf at third. That'll be 1 down, and now Goodman is up. Goodman needs a 1 to 4 for a double. The rest is an out. It'll be 11 on the 20-die roll, so that'll be 2 down. And now McCormick is up. Needs a 1 to 11 for a single. He's going to roll a 3 on the 20-die card, and now their best player, Ernie Lombardi, is up. He hit 319 with 14 home runs. He's 1 for 2 today. He has been on base with a walk, and he's going to get another hit as he hits this one into the left field for a single. So that's going to put runners on first and second. And now Fry is up, the second baseman. Red Ruffing starting to look a little bit rough. This might be his last hitter if he gets on base, and Fry is going to rip a single. Joe DiMaggio has a -3 arm. McCormick has a 1 to 9, or has a 1 to 9 running ability. So we are going to take a pause and see if we want to bring in a relief pitcher against Kraft, the center fielder. So we are going to bring in Bump Hadley in the 7th inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bump Hadley went 9-8 with 1 save, had a 3.60 ERA. Does pretty well against right-handed hitters. Here's the pitch against Kraft. And he is going to get Kraft to hit a ground ball to Royf, who's going to pick it up, throw it, and get the out. And that is going to end the possible rally. And so we get out of that one without giving up any runs. And we're going to go into the top of the 8th with the bottom of the order coming up. We got Selkirk, Gordon, and then the pitcher Hadley. Selkirk up to bat. He's going to be strikeout. So 1 down, and now Gordon's up. He's 0 for 3 today. He's going to hit a pop up the juice at short. So we're going to go ahead and let Hadley hit so we can keep him in the game. I'd like to be able to get another inning out of him. Not as confident in the Yankees bullpen. So we're going to let Hadley hit, and he needs a 1 to 11 for a single. It's going to be a 12, so he almost got a hit on the pitcher's card. But that is going to be a 1-2-3 inning. And we're going to go into the bottom of the 8th with the juiced up. The shortstop, the number 8 hitter, has 2 for 3 today. 2 singles and a strikeout, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Joe Gordon at second base. That's going to be 1 down, and now the pitcher is up. Surprisingly, they're going to let Bucky Walters hit, and he's going to hit a line ball right at Cressetti at short, so that'll be 2 down, and now Werber is up. He's 2 for 4 with a double. He's going to hit a fly ball opposite field to Henrich, who has to make a play, and Henrich gets on his horse, gets there, and is going to pull that one in for the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 inning as we go into the top of the 9th. We have the top of the order coming up. Cressetti, who's 0 for 3 but does have 2 runs scored, is going to lead us off. And he's going to be strikeout. So the 6th strikeout by Bucky Walters, and now Red Wolf is up. He's been hit by a pitch. He's been walked. He has a double, and he did ground out, so he's 1 for 2. And he needs a 1 to 10, and it's going to be a 20. So a 1 to 10 would have been a single, 20 is going to be an out, so that's going to be 2 down, and now Henrich is up. Henrich is 1 for 3. He has an RBI. He's been walked. He needs a 1 to 10, and it's going to be a 17. So the 20 die roll did not help us in those last 2 batters. But now we're going to go into the bottom of the 9th. Hadley on the mound. McCormick up the bat. They got their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. They got McCormick, Goodman, and McCormick coming up. The McCormick boys are not related, but here is McCormick, and he is going to draw a walk. Go! So that's going to put a runner on base. We're going to go to the bullpen because we are not helping ourselves with Hadley's +2 and Glenn's +1. And Hadley has now hit his pitch count, so it might be a wise decision to consider bringing someone else in. So we are going to bring in Ivy Andrews, who specializes against left-handed hitters. Goodman is 2 for 4. He has a home run. He has 2 of their team's RBIs, as he also knocked one in the 5th with a single. So we're going to try to see if Andrews can get him out. He's probably going to go against one guy, and he is a hit and run. It's going to be a ground ball to Gordon, who does get there, but he's going to take the easy out at first. So McCormick's going to end up on second base with 1 down. McCormick is in scoring position. Now Frank McCormick's going to come up, who's 3 for 3 with an RBI. He also got on base with a walk, so we're going to bring in a new relief pitcher to help us hopefully get out of this game, as we got 2 right-handers coming up. And we are going to bring in our closer, Johnny Murphy. Johnny Murphy went 8-2 with a 4.24 ERA. He had 11 saves back in 1938, which sounds like a lot to me, as I don't remember many guys getting a lot of saves back in the 1930s. But let's see if he can get a big save here. Yankees 1-run lead, 1 down, bottom of the 9th. McCormick is on second, and Frank McCormick is up. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to Royf at third. He's going to keep McCormick at second, throw it to Gehrig at first for the out, and that's going to be 2 down, and now Ernie Lombardi's up. He's 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a walk. So if Murphy can get through McCormick and Lombardi, he's definitely done his job, and he's going to get a strikeout. So Murphy comes in the bottom of the 9th with a runner in scoring position and 1 down, and shuts down their 2 best hitters in the game and in the season, as the New York Yankees pull out the win 5-4 in this game. Well, we managed the New York Yankees from 1938 in this one, and we were able to come out with a victory, even though it was not pretty. We only had 5 hits and gave up 14 hits. But somehow we were able to pull this one out, mainly because of Joe DiMaggio, who had 3 RBIs, including a 2-run home run. But what really helped us was when Bucky Walters, the Cincinnati pitcher, ended up getting 2 outs and then walking a bunch of players, allowing the bases to be loaded, and then he walked Lou Gehrig and walked in the winning run. So we were able to pull this one out, able to use our bullpen, which I was surprised at how well they did. But ultimately, the 1938 New York Yankees are going to advance, and the 1940 Cincinnati Reds are done in this March Madness tournament. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this tournament. Until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one. Bye.